Good to have you all here. Today is one of those days when even the excuse of I've been too busy, I don't have the time, that has just been thrown out of the window because it you just have to stay home. So I have no excuse as to why I am not live. So here I am. Let's say thank you for the likes. Let's keep liking. We'll start when we get to 500. Once we get to 500, Ruth Kimani, Karibu, Kirsten, welcome. We'll start when the likes get to 500. So we're waiting for the likes to get to 500. Then you can ask me any questions. You've seen the topic. Ask me any questions. Because this is a business I've done now. I just started my third year. And it's going to be really interesting. Because anyway, we'll talk about it more. Let's get to 500 likes. And then I can get started. Karibuni sana. Farhia. I don't like that, Farhia. Don't do that in the comments. Because you see, now I have told you not to do it. Okay? Because you can't come to the comments and then anybody looking for a job hit my DM ASAP. I know, Farhia, I know what you're trying to do, but that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is what I'm doing right now. So I'll teach you the correct way of getting people. Okay? Because it's not a job. So don't tell people they're coming for a job. It's not a job. But we'll talk about it. We're about to get to 500. But don't tell people they're coming for a job. Network marketing is not a job. It's a business. Good. Awesome. Let's get the likes going up. Yeah. I'm just seated in my recording room. So, about 2 years ago, actually, now that I think about it, no. I don't do Binance support. Just go onto the app and you'll get Binance support. I'm not a Binance support person. I'm a content creator. I don't work at Binance for Kalush. Okay? So I teach people about how to trade, but I charge. But I don't do Binance support. Okay? Let's focus on this. So I do different businesses, and it's important for people to understand the kind of person that I am. So I'll start there. I run several businesses. The first business that I run is a photography business. And this started 2016 is when I started photography. Most people don't know that business because most people online know me as an influencer. But I do photography, I do video, I do live streaming, mostly for corporates. So that's a sector that I'm in. Last year, we got into documentaries, working with NGOs and things like that. And that's just progress. That's the first. Then the second is content creation. My background, career background, is in finance. And that's the thing that keeps me happy. I like talking about business. And that's basically what we're going to talk about today. So I started creating content on YouTube seriously in 2018, January. It was one of those things that was a New Year's resolution. Whenever people are starting a year, they usually say, I'll do this. And for me, 2018 was I wanted to start on YouTube because I'd done a few videos on Facebook. Still not seriously. It's those of I'll do when I feel like. But when I was starting 2018, I decided let me be serious about it and start creating. Cliff, don't do that. Okay? Cliff, don't do that. There's no solicitation of people in my live stream. So do not do that and do not go into people's DMs doing that. I know you're a network marketer. I am a network marketer myself, and I do not appreciate you doing that. And the reason why, okay, let me handle that and then I get back to my story. The reason why I don't like that is because it gives a bad name to what we are trying to do. And I'll explain what network marketing is, but it is not what people are doing in the comments. And I see that in so many live streams when people are live and you're a network marketer and you just go in and you're spamming the comments. That is not the way to build a business. Okay? I'll show you how to build a network marketing business here after I've explained what network marketing is, but do not do that because the next time you put the comment, I will actually block you. And that's not good. So let's get back. 2018, I decided to get serious with content creation and I stayed a whole 12 months from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. And I think I did about 30 videos on YouTube in my very first year. And I remember that it took me 6 months to get my first 100 subscribers. But it took me another 6 months to go from 100 to 1,000. These days, every year I get about 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers. And I know the reason why. I can be at 100 and I'm hoping to get to 100K this year. But I am never thinking about, oh, how many subscribers will I have? And it's an interesting place to be in, especially in content creation, because I'm moving to the business that I'm doing now. It's an interesting space to be in because so many of the people who content creation is their business, the way they provide value to a brand is by the number of followers that they have. And for me, I'm lucky because I have my business background, which has actually helped me to know how to package myself. So I have worked with a number of companies, and most of the companies that I have worked with are not even Kenyan companies. In my 6 or so years working with brands, only 2 are Kenyan brands. And that's a blessing for me because I do not have to deal with the way engagement is usually measured in Kenya. It's not measured the right way. It's not the likes, it's not the views, it's not the comments. It's, for me, what my USP is whenever it comes to business and the videos that I do is that I will create the most detailed tutorial that people can put on their TV and watch as they do what I'm doing, right? And so that has helped me. And when we got to 2022, almost at the end, someone I know came and they joined network marketing as a business. So, like the way friends usually are, I was just watching, you know. You don't want to say anything, you don't want to say anything negative, but at the back of my mind, I'm like, but I hope atakuja kuniambia niingie network marketing. That's the way I was in 2022. And so when we were starting 2023, akakuja kwangu akaniambia, see, you look at this thing that I am doing because I have made some little money. It's not a lot of money. And remind me about money. We'll talk about money a little later. And I stayed, by the way, niliongeleshwa 6 months nikikataa. So even when I speak to people now, I completely understand because I was like that. I have been to those meetings where you go into a place, someone comes to tell you, come I show you where you can do a job. And you go curious about, I've gone to this place and I go there, I find it is a meeting and people are talking about how they've made millions and how you can make millions with this particular business. And I look at the person and honestly, I don't see it. And it's wrong to judge people. I know it is wrong to judge people, but everyone judges people and we keep on judging people based on how they look. So this person is someone that I respect. So when they quote unquote cornered me and told me you have to look at this particular business, I didn't have an option. So I sat down, looked at their marketing plan, looked at how do they pay people. And when I finally understood it, I thought I'd understood it, but When I understood enough to make a decision, I told them, let's go. I'll join tomorrow. So on a Monday in June of 2023, I went and joined the business. And at that time, I started, I think I had about 9,000 or 10,000, around that amount. And I started. And so when I got into the business, I had no idea what it is I'm supposed to be doing because, lessons like those do not exist. Until I discovered, kumbe, there's a whole training system that exists. And that's, as they say, the rest is history. But allow me to explain to you what network marketing is and what it is not. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments, because today I want to show you behind the scenes of what exactly network marketing is. And the way to be able to explain what network marketing is also to explain what it is not. First, it is not, Mr. Non, just look at the comment that I've placed and look at the topic of the day. If I was talking about Binance, I would have told you, okay? Today we are talking about network marketing. So I'm not answering any crypto-related questions. Today is not a crypto day, okay? So network marketing is not a job that you go and do. Why? When you have a job, you have an employer, you have someone who tells you this is how much you're going to make, and that's set in stone. You have a contract that you sign that tells you this is the amount of money that you're going to make, okay? And that is what a job is. Network marketing is a concept of how to be able to move products from a manufacturer to a customer, or how to sell services to a consumer. In Africa, most network marketing companies that I know that exist are product-based. So in the US and in developed markets, you'll find there are network marketing companies that are service-based, and there are others which are product-based. So what is the concept of network marketing? Network marketing is also called multi-level marketing. And remind me to explain what that means. And it is also word of mouth marketing. So I'll give you an example of what network marketing is at a basic level. The first thing is, say for instance, okay, now get into the other passions that I have. So Superman is coming out on Thursday, Friday at Westgate, okay? And I want my friends to join me to go to watch Superman, okay? So there are different places we can go and watch it. But what will happen? We are in a group of 5. What will happen is we'll tell each other, si tuende Westgate. Apana, ya Westgate inakaa hivi. Ama tuende ya Garden City, because many of us are from Thika Road. No, but I don't like the way their cinema looks like. It would rather go to the one at Two Rivers. What are we doing at that place? We are marketing for those cinemas. But then, hi, Dr. Mwikali, but then the cinemas will not pay us for that recommendation. I'll give you another example. Someone sees you, hey, Momo, today you're wearing green, almost like my wall. And you're wearing green. Where did you buy that shirt? Okay? And I'll tell you, Grace Martha, okay, I've warned people, so now I block people. So let me delete the comment as well. Guys, don't go follow these people. Okay? Now, Smile, we're talking about network marketing and what it is and what it is not. So you're wearing a good shirt. We like the color. Where can I buy it? And I tell you, by there's this guy from Isili where I usually get them at. I'm a bit bigger, so the sizes, it's important to find my size. So you tell me, oh, give me the number of that person. So what do? I send you the number. What have I done? I've actually marketed the seller of the shirt, and that seller will make money. But will Mumo make money? No. Unless I have an agreement with them that I want to move their products. Now, there are two different agreements I can have with them. The first agreement I can have, thank you, Hassan. The first agreement I can have is this seller who is in Isli, I will send you people, and every person who quotes my name, I make 500 out of it. That is called affiliate marketing. The business is not mine, but I send you people. That is the same agreement that I have with a company like Binance. When you go into my videos and you look at the video description and you see that link there, if you sign up for Binance, when you spend on their platform, there's a charge they charge you. Okay? Say you have spent $100. That's a transaction fee. If you've spent $100, I get paid $36. Okay? It's not a lot of money in one transaction for most of them, but you understand now what affiliate marketing is. Now, because this person who is in Isili has their business, they can decide that, let me give you my products. You can be selling in your estate, but anytime you need products, you will be coming to me. Okay? That is the concept of network marketing. The concept of network marketing is you have a supplier or a manufacturer who cannot be able to reach the customers, and then you get into an agreement with them that I will pick your products at a less price, and then I will take them closer to where people are. Okay? So I'll give you a good example of how that works. This is a good example. There's a company called KFC that is in Kentucky in the USA. Okay? But there's a KFC in Nairobi, there's a KFC in wherever you live. Okay? So the person in Kenya has an agreement with the company in the US, which is called a franchise agreement. Okay? So you start a franchise agreement where the products that you sell in that location has been approved, and those are the only products that you are allowed to sell. Okay? So you'll need to get a good location, which they have to approve. You have to set up the place to look the way they want it to look. You have to get the ovens that they want you to get. You have to get their sauce, their formulas, their training. You have to train your people the way they are trained in that particular country so that you are allowed to set up a franchise in the country. That is called a corporate franchise. Now, the agreement that an individual gets into with a network marketing company is an individual franchise. Okay? So you are given the license to sell the products that the company has, so you're not working for the company. You're partnering with the company. You are the business. And that is something even network marketers do not understand. You will hear someone tell you, I work with this company. They work with, not for. Okay? Because if you are working for a particular company, they need to pay as you earn. They need to pay your NSSF. They need to pay for your SHA. Okay? They need to pay for your pension. So you are employed. The company may have some employees, but these employees are not in the network marketing business. They work for that company. And so you need to understand that you are in a business. You're in word of mouth marketing. You're in network marketing. Why is it called network marketing? Because this is how that company markets. It markets through the networks of people called distributors. So if you think of a business like Coca-Cola, for instance, and you look outside where you live, there is a retail shop that is there that sells Coca-Cola. Ask yourself this question: how does the soda that you get outside your home come to you all the way from Nairobi Bottlers. Okay? Nairobi Bottlers is a franchise. I hope you get. It's the real manufacturer, of course, is in the US, but in Kenya, Nairobi Bottlers, for instance, is also the manufacturer here. They get sent the paste that they use for all those products, and they are told you need to mix it like this. These are the machines, and they are told this is what you need to be doing. Okay? And the rules are set. And the people that are Nairobi Bottlers, they cannot change anything in the formula of Coca-Cola. Whatever they've been told to do, that's exactly what they will do. That is what a franchise does. Okay? So now, from the manufacturer, before it can get into your house, it goes through some stages. Okay? The first stage is a distributor or a wholesaler or a supermarket or the shop that is outside your home. That is how the product gets to you. But know this, and these are things that seem obvious, but I need to mention them because people don't understand what network marketing is, so they call it a scam. Okay? So I need to explain how it gets to you. So the Coca-Cola cost at the factory is probably 8 shillings. Okay? I will give you some of these arbitrary prices. When it gets to you at home, it's probably 40 shillings. This 32 bob that is here is shared by the distributor, by the wholesaler, by the retailer, depending on how many people are inside here, depending on where you buy your Coca-Cola, all those people, that difference is there. Because the Coca-Cola you'll buy at the airport or at Java or at your local shop, it is the same one that is costing the company 8 shillings. But people in the middle here are charging differently because of convenience and ambience, because people need to make profit. But the idea is, because the product has come closer to you, I add a markup. Okay? So depending on how many people have come in, then the price goes up. So what network marketing does is the manufacturer exists, the customer exists, but this company that is on the left here does not do the marketing that Coca-Cola is doing, that Safaricom is doing, that whichever other company is doing in order for you to know about the products. Okay? So they rely on someone else in the middle here telling you about those products. Now, the confusion exists for so many people who ask, why is it that you're talking about the products, or why is it that you're talking about the business? Because both of them are in one. Okay? So when you come into the business, when you're interested in joining the business, like with me, I find out, how do I introduce this to you? Because there are people who come in who tell me, by the way, I have a problem with my back. Okay? So I'll not come and tell you, by the way, you know, we have a business where you can be able to get people in and sponsor people into the business and grow and make money and travel the world. I'll not tell you that. Not right now, because that is not your need. I look at what is your need and I start with your need. So if someone comes to me, I'm actually looking for that product to somewhere here. If someone comes to me and they tell me their back is hurting or their joints are hurting, I give them a product like this. It's not about the product right now, but I have products for that. Okay? Someone will come and tell me, by the way, I don't have a job. I'm looking for a business to do. The business that I'm doing is not making me enough money. So I will tell you about this business that we do. And we just happen to sell these products that we sell to people and we make money. So both avenues are legitimate ways of learning about the network marketing business. Now, as a network marketer, I need to be clever enough, wise enough to understand, how do I present to you? Because I have a way that I present to people how to make an income. And that's why you'll see, like if you go to my feed, the videos that I've been making is a series of about 10 videos that I've put up on YouTube, because I keep telling people to go on YouTube to go and watch the whole 20-minute thing, because I put here 1 minute, 50 seconds, things like that, so that you can actually be able to go there and learn a bit more. The idea, by the way I am doing it is not just, I want you to join my business today, because that will not help you. I want you to be able to understand the concepts, because once you understand the concept, you will be able to make full use and take full advantage of the opportunity that I'm presenting. Because for me, it took me 6 months inside the business to finally see the way the business works. Because I got into the business, I didn't understand how the business works. I tried to understand, but I didn't. So the people that I brought into the business those first few months, even till today, I'm still struggling to help them see the business, because I didn't show them the business the way I am showing people now. And so with time, I keep on learning how to be able to present a bit better, how to be able to support people in the business, how to be able to mentor people who are joining my team. And I'm able to build a stronger business as I go on. Because there is no business that exists that you know exactly how to do the business before you start the business. That does not exist. Everyone starts business because they think, I can make some money here. No one starts a business and then says, I'm going to make 100,000 every month from this business. It does not exist. Business does not work like that. And so you need to understand that the reason you're getting into network marketing is not because you're going to make 100,000 this month. Because I'll be lying to you if I tell you that's what you're going to be doing. That's the truth. The truth of the matter is, I have no idea how much money you are going to make. That's the truth. You can make money. You can even make more money than I make, but I don't know how you're going to make money or how much you're going to make. That entirely depends on you. So let's go into what network marketing is and how do network marketing companies get the money to pay people. Okay? So network marketing, I have explained, is a way of distributing products or services by a company through partnered distributors to get to clients. So the network marketing company I am in sells health and wellness products. I don't want to mention the name, even though many people already who follow me already know the company. I've mentioned it several times. The point of this is for you to understand the concept. And if you like the concept, then this is my contact. Okay? But I'm not telling you so that you join the business. No, I'm telling you so that I educate you fast. Okay? So let's go into how a network marketing company gets the money to pay its people. And I'm telling you from my experience. Okay? So this company puts a price on the products. So for instance, a product like this may be, say, 5,000 shillings. Okay? And when I come in and I buy from the company at 5,000 shillings, I will come and sell it to you at 6,000 shillings. I'll not sell it to you at 5,000 because that's what I bought it at. But you are the one who has a need. Okay? So the same way you'd have bought bread at your local shop, the price you're buying bread at is not the price that that person bought that bread at. So you need to get out of the fact that I need to get it at the same price that you got it at, because that is not business. And remember, network marketing is a business. So the distributor must make money. And if you're a network marketer and you are giving people products at the same price that you got it at, you do not understand that you're in a business. And if you're a buyer of network marketing products and you demand that you want to get at the same price that that person got at, you're not being fair. Because you would rather have gotten into the same agreement so that you can get at the same amount of money. But you can't come to me and tell me that I want to get at the same price that you've gotten at. Yet you've not gotten into the same agreement that I am in. with that particular company. Okay? So the first way, before I go into how people make money, let me explain. I had mentioned multi-level marketing because it is another way of describing this kind of business. It is called multi-level marketing because many companies have different levels that people can make money at, or if a particular product is bought, that several people make money there. Okay? So it is a term that is typically used, even though the modern term to use right now is network marketing. Okay? And you will hear in many countries where MLMs do not have that scourge that it has here in Kenya, you will hear people saying MLM. In Kenya, you will not hear many people referring to this business as multi-level marketing, even though the concept is the same. Okay? Now, how do people make money in a network marketing business? Because this is important for you to understand before you can get into the business. So that when you see people make money or you see people in those huge events, you understand how they are making money. The first way that network marketers make money is through the sale of products. That's not the point of this. It's for you to learn what the concept is. The research you will do. Okay, Sido? You will find out which is the best company to join. Because I'll be selfish and tell you my company is the best one to join, but I don't know. You need to do that research so that you find out, okay, there are these companies, and then this is the one that I'll join. Okay? That's good. So, if the network marketing company does not have products that are good for people, competitive in the market, priced well, good demand, then do not join that company. Why? Because if the products do not move, then you are doing zero work there. If the products do not move, if the products do not work, then the best way to actually do this is to actually just buy the product. Before you join the company, buy the product that they say does this and give it to someone and find out from them how they are faring. If the products do not work, if you hear from people that the products do not work, then don't join. Secondly, don't join a network marketing company if it is doing things that you're not comfortable with doing. If they're selling products that you morally do not believe in, then there's no point in joining. Because it's not just the money, it's the belief that you have about this particular business that should drive you every day. Okay? So, products must be there, products that move. Because if you do not sell something, you should not make money. No matter where you are up in the structure, if you do not sell products, you should not make money. That is a simple, fair business. So if I have a shop, for instance, and I don't open my shop for 30 days, how am I expecting that people will buy from me? Tell me. I have a shop, I sell milk, I sell bread, but I don't open when other shops are open. And then at the end of the month, I come and say, oh, God, please be fair so that I make money. Where? Ulisikia wapi? When people are waking up to go 2 a.m. to Marikiti to buy products and come and sell by 6 a.m., they are open. Those are the people who are going to make money. And you should understand that same principle applies in network marketing. Just because I have introduced you in my team and then I decide to sleep does not mean I will make money when you're making money. In fact, the company that I'm in, if you do not work 1 month out of the 12 months, then when incentives show up, which I'll talk about a bit later, when you qualify for an incentive, they go back and check if you worked all 12 months. Okay? So, the first way that network marketing professionals make money is through profit. So when I sell you a product, I have one of my products that I really love selling. I'm looking for where it is on my table. I have one of my products that I really like selling that I sell. Eric, I know you love the company. Don't put it in the comments, okay? Don't put it in the comments. I want people to understand the concept. It's not just about the company, okay? So I have a product that I love selling, and let me see if I have it somewhere here. Okay, I can't see it. It's okay. So I have a product that I love selling that I buy at 7,800 and I sell at 10,200. Okay? So whenever I tell my clients it's 10,200, they say, "Oh, the price is too high." I'm like, "Okay, nitakupunguzia bei kidogo." It is 10,000 flat. Okay? That is normal in business. So I make a profit of 2,700 every time I sell that product. And I keep on selling that product because I know that every time I sell it, I make money. And the number of people that I talk to and I give that product to and I sell to, it will help them. Okay? So it makes me good money. One second. Guys. Okay. 1 second, guys. Unfortunately, I have to do that. So, you can watch, but you'll not comment. I don't want to close my comments, guys. Okay? So, anytime I sell that particular product, I make profit. And when I make profit out of it, I have won. Okay? Anytime I sell that product, the person I am selling to who has an issue has won. Why? Because they're getting their issue sorted out. And then the company has also won because products have moved from the shelf to the customer, which is what a company wants. If a company is going to stay in business, its products have to move out of their shelves into people's homes. Okay? So it's a win-win-win. So your business, your network marketing business must be a win-win-win for it to be a good company. So I make profits. My client gets a solution that they are looking for. The company gets its products to move. Okay? And the products are really effective as well. Okay? So if you have a company where one of the people is losing, it is not a good company. No matter who of the three is losing. And the biggest problem is for so many people, the client is the one losing because the products don't work. And if the products don't work, even you will lose because that client will go and tell people, by the way, don't go buy things from that guy because his products don't work. And if the company is not moving its products to people, it will also lose. So you have to find a company where all three are happening. Everyone is getting their solution. Me, I'm looking for money. I love money. Me, I'm looking for money. And the client is looking to sort out a wellness issue. The company has the solution, but it doesn't have the customer. So what is my work? To connect the two. And because of my work of connecting the two, I make some money. Unlike when we're talking about the movie theater where Westgate is not paying me and saying, hey, by the way, Momo, you have brought 3-4 people to us, so your ticket is free, or here is popcorn for free. Would they do that? They don't do that. This company looks and says, now, because of the fact that you have brought us this client who has bought things, we want to pay you for that. And why is the company paying? Because ordinarily in a normal business, the company would have had to be the ones to go look for that client. But the amount of work I have done to get that client is what a company would have had to have done to get a client. If you go and see a skincare company put up billboards they have spent, why are they spending? Because they want to be the one that you remember when you are going into the supermarket. You will see, why would a company like Sawa the soap company, go and do an advert where people are singing outside of a bathroom, and even if I have not even mentioned the song, but you can get the song in your head, right? You can already get the song in your head. You can actually see those people dancing. I'm not even mentioning the name of the song, but you can hear it. Chandra, nice to have you here. So that company, the reason it is advertising is so that that song has stuck in your head. And you can even see other companies like the Ugali one, and people are singing all around the room. You can actually hear that. So a network marketing company does not do the advertising. I do the advertising. So even though I do not look like I am advertising, I'm actually advertising right now. Why? Because you will hear the concept, you'll understand the concept. The first person you will think about when you want to get into the business is the guy with this phone number, right? When you want to do the business, you will think of this guy. So this is why I will get paid in future, because I'm doing this. Because I'm educating people, because I'm helping you understand the concept, because I'm showing you how it works. And then when you're ready to do the business, you will want to seek me out because I have the information. Okay? So, because the company is not advertising, because the company does not have to set up warehouses, because the company does not have to put up billboards, it is saving money. Remember, it has set its price, and then it has an expense that it is not spending. And so it has money. And this saving is where they come and tell Mr. Mumo, come, I give you this amount of money because you moved this product. In my company, it's called a bonus. So the whole month, whatever you have sold, you get a bonus at the end of the month. And I like looking at it as I've already made profit. Mimi na yule mtu mwenye ako pale anauza matunda ama anauza maziwa, we are the same. We've made profit. It's just that my product is different from theirs. But in my business, I get paid a second time. And I get paid what is called a bonus. So in my company, the bonus differs depending on how long you have been in the business and how much volume you have moved. Okay? Specifics, talk to me later if you're looking to join the business. Okay? So that's the second way that people make money. And the truth of the matter is, if you look at it, why I am such a proponent of network marketing is because I do not need to have a shop to do this business. In fact, my shop is on my phone. This is where my shop is. Why is it my shop? Because I have all my products here. I have all my explanations here, and I just do this. Hi. This is a product that we are selling. You've seen it on my status. Where do you want to deliver it delivered to? Okay, you will send to this number, and the rider fee is this amount, and I get the product to you. That's where my business is. And the way I run my business is very simple. I do not need, okay, I have some products in the house because I use some of them. I do not have to stock to be able to do the business. Because in so many businesses, the reason why you cannot do the business is because you have to stock. For me, while I'm running my photography business, I had to buy so many things. You see, like this, 11,000. Flash, mnaitanga flash, 11,000. I have 3 of them. And you cannot do the business without stock. I have my camera somewhere here. You spend 700,000. And you haven't even gotten a client. So the concept of stock is something that people understand. If you're going to set up a shop, you need to set up that shop and make sure that it has everything. You have put in shelves, you have paid rent due for 6 months, you have paid for goodwill. My friend, kuna kitu inaitwa goodwill. You look for stock, you open it up before even the first customer shows up. Why do people start those businesses? Because they have seen other people do similar businesses and succeed. So as an entrepreneur, I'm taking a risk. And people take risks of 100,000, 200,000, 700,000, a million, 10 million. The guy who's opening up a KFC is not sure that people are going to show up. So when I tell people, oh, you need to start a business with 11,000, they say, oh, it is so expensive. Compared to what? There's no rent you're paying. There's no stock. I'm telling you to buy stock of 1 million, which you can do. And there are advantages to it. But if you don't have the money, you can actually start at where you are. And so when I think about it, this is an amazing business to do. Why? Because I don't have to keep stock. There's someone who does that. And everyone goes and buys at where they are. And when I get a client, I just go to the shop, I buy that particular product at my price, I come and deliver it to you, you pay me, I make my profit, I go and look for another client. So I don't need to have a lot of stock. I know, for instance, I have a product like this, which is a weight loss kit. I have a kit like this, and the reason I bought it is so that I can take it to a client. That's the reason why I have it here with me. So when I go and take it to a client, I'll get paid my money. I can go back and buy another one. Okay? Or I can decide to buy them for myself and be the consumer and get at a discount. So I sell, so I make profit. I get a bonus at the end of the month. And then now, the third way that network marketers make money is where the concept of multi-level marketing is. So in the business, when the company is paying out bonuses, it looks at what rank you are in, because there are several ranks in the business. And it will look at what is Mumo's rank and what is, I'm looking for someone's name, what is Paul's rank at? And when Paul has sold, because I have set aside, like in my company, they set aside 28%. If I've set aside 28% to give out, I will not take back that money. That is the company saying. Okay? So I have set aside that 28% will be given to my distributors from 5% all the way to 28%. So if you, Paul, is at 5%, there's 23% that still needs to be given out. So what does the company do? It goes up the ladder, goes up a level, and looks at, do we have a person called Chaser? Chaser is at 9%, so I'll pay them 4% of what Paul did. And then it will go up and go up and go up. And for every active person that was there, it will keep redistributing that bonus until it gets to the person who's at 28% and gives them the balance. Okay? So that is the concept of multi-level marketing, where because I have introduced you into the business, you are part of my team. Being part of my team does not make you my employee. The person who introduced me into the business, I am not their employee. And there are times that I can make even more than they make, yet they introduce me into the business. So you as a person, all I'm looking at, the connection I have with you is thank you for showing me the opportunity. From here on out, I will make money for myself. So if I am Paul and I'm at 5% and I'm doing really good with sales, I should not feel bad that 23% is not being given to me. What should I be doing? I should be looking at, how do I make sure that I also get to 28% as quickly as possible, so that whatever I am doing gets to me. Whatever production I have done, I am paid my 28%, because 28% has been set aside to pay me. Okay? So I need to look at, okay, you're my mentor, Mumo. Okay, how do I get to 28% quickly? And then I'll show you, this is what you need to do, because this is what I did. This is what you need to do in order to get here. And the concept of network marketing flips around how most businesses work. Most businesses are set in such a way that if I was going to buy things from my Isili guy and I get to the same level of business as he is, hata niambia anatoa vitu wapi. Why? Because they want me to always depend on them. They'll not tell me here is how to get a good flight to Turkey. He is a good contact in this place to be able to ship things for you, because they want to keep me under them. Network marketing has been built in such a way that even if I introduce you to the business today and you are better at doing this business more than me, you can make more money than me and I'll still not feel bad. Because there is still some money that I will make because I introduced you into the business. And that does not exist anywhere else. And so for me, when I'm doing this business and the people that I introduce into the business, I want them to get to where I am so that I can also move, because I have to mentor people in order for me to be able to move. And you will only grow by growing other people. You see what I'm doing right now? I'm growing people. And some of the people that I am growing here are not even in my business. But I know that once I am done with this particular video, I will take this clip and I'll put it on YouTube. I'll take this clip and put it on TikTok. And there are people who will join the business because of this video. So I'm still growing my own business, even though I am also educating other people. So you make money, number one, profit. Number two way you make money is by bonus. Number three way you make money is by having people in your team who are active. There is a possibility to get some money. And this third way, the reason I've said a possibility is because it is not a bonus that you are sure of every month. Bonuses are cut off on the final date, of course, and then the company looks at what rank are you, what rank are your team members at, and then it calculates from there. When you're joining the business, I'll give you the details. But you need to understand the first concept. The most important money for you is your own personal work. Kila mtu alikuja peke yake. So even though I know that I can make money from the people who've come into my business, the thing I'm thinking about is my business first of all. How many products have I moved? How much profit have I made? Okay? That's the thing that I concentrate on. I spend about 10% or 20% of my time coaching my team, but everyone needs to understand that even if you do not have a coach in network marketing, the concept still exists. So many people don't have mentors in network marketing and they still make a lot of money. And so you cannot use it as an excuse that, oh, I was not taught this business. My friend, find out for yourself. You may not even be in my team, but my videos will help you. So you can't wait for someone to come and show you the business, or pray that someone comes and shows you the business. You're just lucky that you can be able to get mentorship from other people. But even if it does not exist, survive on yourself. That's now what you will be doing, is making sure that you are helping other people not suffer the way you suffered. But you know what? It is not a must to be assisted by the person who brought you into the business. Because you're the one who knows mali na kufinya. All you just need to do is go and find out, okay, how do I do this? And I learn it once and I'll not come for help on that again. And when I get somewhere and I feel like, okay. And I feel like, hey, I cannot do this alone. You go, get a mentorship, 1 hour, go back and do your business. Okay? So we've talked about 3 ways of making money. The way number 4 that people make money in network marketing are non-cash incentives. Of course, cash incentives exist, but I want to show you non-cash incentives because these are the things that people misunderstand about network marketing. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. If there are any things that you've heard about network marketing, positive or negative, put them in the chat. So, the non-cash incentive is what? The company, different companies, what they do is they tell you, if you're able to bring us sales of this amount, this is what we will give you as a gift. Okay? So for instance, every single month, as an example, every single month, the company will say, oh, if you are able to bring in or buy this product, then we'll give you a notebook. That's a non-cash incentive. Okay? I'm actually checking if one of them is here. I have so many notebooks that I've gotten in the business. My desk is extremely disorganized, but it's good. You can't see the way my desk looks like, but I have a notebook. Yep, I have a notebook. So I got this notebook. It had a pen as well, very nicely packaged. Okay, so I'm being told to. I've been live for close to an hour. Okay, so I will. So I got this notebook. So there are 3 ways that people typically make money in network marketing. One is a profit. The second is a bonus. And I explained how companies get the money to pay the bonus. And the third is a team bonus, which can happen or it may not happen. It depends with the company. Okay. So the number 4 thing that how people make money in network marketing is a non-cash incentive. So for instance, this book, if I went to the shop, this is one of my books. I get so many of them. I don't even think this one is filled. I think I have written 3 or 4 pages on it. It has some of my systems in place. Okay. So if I went to the supermarket, I can buy this book at 300 or 500 or whatever amount it is. Okay. So it's a non-cash incentive. Walubango, good to have you here. So that is a way of the company telling you, do this and then I'll give you this. Okay. I've gotten, I think, 4 power banks from the company because of they have this promotion and then they say, okay, if you sign up someone during this month, we'll give you a power bank. So I've gotten a power bank. I've even gotten a cutlery. Is it cutlery or crockery? Whatever. Masahani, nini. Very, really, really good. And I have them. That thing, the whole kit was about, I think, 8,000 that I got for free as an incentive. Okay. So it's a non-cash incentive. That is at the low level. They exist almost weekly. Even right now, there is an incentive. Okay. So that is at the low level. Now, the higher level of incentives include things like travel, it includes things like cars, and it includes things like houses. Okay. So I'll go through the 3 because they have different things that you're told to do. But at the base of it, you're told that for the car and for the trip, if you're able to do this level of sales, you and your team is the people that you brought into the business and the people they brought in. Okay? And that they tell you, we probably want you to do 120,000 or we want you to do 60,000. Okay? When they do that, okay, Cliff, I'll do it. So when you do that with your team, you qualify for this trip. So as an example, last year for me, I was able to get a trip to Masai Mara. And I have a YouTube video about it. I will place that video here on TikTok this week, talking about my experience last year. It's the video that I did last year. I'll put it here because it's on YouTube. Okay? So The company came and said, if you're able to do yourself this amount of sales for the next 4 months, we will take you to the Masai Mara for free. And we are taking 85 people, and be among the first 85 people, and you will go. Okay? So what did I have to do? I had to go and start selling, and I sold with a lot of gusto, and I won the trip. Now, the reason why I talk about this trip even now, a year later, there's a group that went last week. I talk about it a year later is because this trip showed me that the company will give what it had said it will give. Okay? Because Wakenya ni wale, right? You only believe something when it has happened to you. Because I'm not giving you stories of so and so was told about this trip and they went. Even though right now, for me personally, things have changed as to how I believe the company. But at that time, I was not at that level. Because I had not yet seen people travel. I was only hearing stories that last year we went to this country. Okay? And when you're seated, like the normal Kenyan that you are, you will hear, oh, we went to this particular place. Utasema, oh, maybe ni story. Okay? And then there are stories of other companies where people actually pay to go on those trips. Okay? So even when you see people going on those trips, you think that the company has paid, yet people have paid. So I wanted to see if there are people who are going to be on my trip who will not have qualified, because we had the list, who will not have qualified and they have gone. But everything completely paid for. That was my experience. Everything completely paid for. And then you're told, show up at this particular place at this time, and we are all going. Then you start in the morning, kila mtu ndani ya Land Rover yake, all the way to the Mara. And you go to the Mara and you stay in a 5-star. Was me and my good friend there. His name is Ephraim. So we are in this room together. I wake up in the morning. I see, is it called a Dick Apo Chini? We go out for the safari, all fully paid for. And I clearly, at that particular time, I fully understood this company. If it has put this incentive and said, we will give people this, it will actually give people that. And of course, I've gotten confirmations of the same over time, over the 2 years that I've been doing the business. And I can actually say that confidently. Because one of the things for me that was really important, that is always important for me, is that I am not scamming people. Because I have a name to maintain. That is the reason why I've been able to exist in the content creation space from 2018 without a single scandal concerning my content creation. Because my integrity is the first thing that I have to protect. And so when I come and tell people, this company does this, does that, the products do this, the products do that, I know I can put my name next to it and say, approved by Momo. Approved by Momo, endorsed by Momo, and I can put my name next to the company and say, this company does this. So when last year people were going to Masai Mara, one of the things I told myself, I will qualify for this trip. I will go for this trip. I will document my journey going for this trip, because I understand that by doing this documentation, I'll be able to have evidence. Because if I tell you, guys, last year I went to Masai Mara, you'll tell me, where is the evidence? I have evidence in terms of photos because I'm a photographer. So I was taking photos of the wild beasts as they were crossing. I have evidence of me inside a ladro taking photos of a lion with the lioness enjoying themselves under a tree after their morning kill. I have that as evidence. I have my video, and I start my video there by saying this video is starting in the middle of the Mara. Because the only way you build a network marketing business is through stories. It is not, oh, this company was started here, or this company started in this particular year. That is not important. It is important when you have gotten into the business. It is important when you have gotten into the business. It is not important before. And so those are the things that people need to understand. And someone asked, how do we get people to come and join the business? And we are not doing that is by doing what I am doing. What am I doing right now? I am educating people. And if we have 10, 15, 20, 100 people educating people about the network marketing business concept, not worrying about whether people will join your business or not, then you will start seeing success in the business. Why? Because by doing this, and I'm giving this as a lesson to network marketers, by doing this, you establish yourself as an authority. So even when people are looking for information about network marketing, it's not just the products. The concept is bigger than just the products. The products are the vehicle to get paid. And so it is a very different skill in terms of getting people to buy the products. That's a very different skill from the one that is needed to grow their business. The business growth is by telling stories. I was a huge skeptic of network marketing. Huge skeptic, my friend. I had opinions for days. I still do. But when I understood this company and I understood the concept, I joined the company. And for me, one of the things that I'm really lucky, and I consider myself lucky, by the way, one of the things that I am lucky about is that the people who are in their team were willing to show me how to get to where they are. I'm still not yet there. But believe me, as I am going there, I will keep on doing this. Why? Because 2 years ago, I was making 0 shillings. I'm making much more than that now. I'm still not yet at my 1 million. I would have loved that to make 1 million every month. But I have some of the people who I follow, who I learn from, who are making 1 million. And I have those who I'm learning from who are making 3 million. And I have those who I'm learning from who are making 7 million. And those who I'm learning from who are making 5 million. I'm not there yet. Some of them have been in the business for over 10 years. And so I need to tell myself, by the way, me, 10 years from now, just being serious about this business, I can make the same amount they are making if I just do the same things that they are doing. Because people get frustrated, especially when it comes to network marketing, when we come and we say, oh, we are making money. I understand. It is good to say this business people make money. But the truth of the matter is, if I can show you how to make 10,000 shillings this month, I've helped you. Jonathan, get in touch with me on DM. I'll tell you the company. I'm not hiding it, but that's not the point of this. Okay? If you want further consultation, if you want to talk, if you want to learn about how the business works or the name of I've explained to you what the company does. But if you want to join, get in touch with me. That's my number. Just screenshot. You will get in touch with me on WhatsApp. Don't call. It's the number that is live right now. Okay? I hope that helps. Because the idea here is for you to just learn something new. Yani ukweani, sabasaba uko umekaa tu unaangalia news, you are actually trying to get yourself a little educated. Okay? So, the company will, as a person, the bigger thing that I have to do is educate my people. And I educate them so that, and this is a mindset thing for me, even if I teach you everything about network marketing, and tomorrow you come and tell me, by the way, I joined network marketing, by the way, I joined your company, and you didn't join under my team, I don't care. I feel bad that you didn't come to me to join, but I don't care. Why? Because I'll still find people who join my business, I'll still make money. And that's the thing that network marketers need to understand. Sio lazima mtu akuja ingie biashara yako. Maybe someone will hear this and finally they understand the thing, and then they'll call the person who has been telling them for 5 years about this particular business, and they finally join the business. It's okay. It's okay. Because there are so many people, and you see, the thing that makes network marketers come to comments and start telling people, if 5 people and come and join my business, DM me, is because they have a scarcity mindset. Yet the fact of the matter is, network marketing can be the business that can make you rich. But if your mindset is not changed, you're just going around and around. You'll not go anywhere. You'll not make money, and you'll be frustrated wondering, why am I not making those millions? It's because riches come from the mindset. And so even though it is good to tell you about this product and you can sell this product and this product can make you profit, if I don't help you change the employee mindset, change the scarcity mindset, change all that about all the things that your parents and your teachers told you about how stupid you are, or how yani education never got to you, if I don't remove those things, I'm not helping you. And so I have to take all those things out one by one. If you're in my team, that's what I do every single day. I teach my team and I tell them, this is what I want you to learn today. And tomorrow, actually not tomorrow, the day after, I'm starting a series on mindset for a whole month with my team. And so if you're in the team, you will learn. And now it is upon you, because I'm providing the information, it is upon you to now work on yourself. Because I cannot now come and change your mind. I change your mind. You have to be the one doing the work. You have the information. So I tell you, these are the things that you need to do when you wake up in the morning. These are the things that you need to do in order to make sure that your mind is right to conquer the day. Now, I've given you that information. Now you, as my team member, need to go again and do those things I have just told you, so that you will start seeing success. I have one of my team members who we meet every single month. And some of the things that I teach or that I have taught before, she picked them and went and did. And this morning in one of my groups, she wrote a whole paragraph of how it has worked for her. And then there she said, thank you so-and-so and Mumo for teaching me this. But when I responded, yes, I'm congratulating you for, yes, I'm happy that you did it, but it's not me. It's you who took the action. Because I can give you the best information about why network marketing can change your life. But if you don't decide to take action and just try. And it starts from trying to seeing some results to getting your first paycheck. And my first paycheck was 400 shillings. And when I saw that amount, I'm like, hiya, okay, this company pays. Someone will get 400 shillings and say, 400 bob. But I've made so much more in 2 years. Because when I saw that first message, the thing that clicked in my mind, so hii nimemake na hata sijauza chochote bado. I just bought some things to go and use in the house. It can even be something as simple as a soap like this. And then you get paid. Cliff says, I got 300. Yes, that, need 351 you didn't have before. That's a thing people don't get. Because in most businesses, The thing that takes people to those businesses is because they think they're making money there. When the truth of the matter is, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, you're just helping your supplier, you're just paying your employees. Now, where? That's the truth. And most people don't even make any money from their business. Money that they can hold and say, this is my money that I have paid myself as a salary. Because we do not even think of paying ourselves. So what does network marketing? Oh my goodness, nice to see you here. You know who you are. So the thing that network marketing does is that it allows you to build a business without having to keep stock, without even having to know how to do the business, provide you with free training, provide you with free mentorship, and someone will come every day and tell you, you can succeed. The way I see you can succeed. Ebu do ABCD. Yeah, let's do. I have a group of people that I keep around me who keep on telling me, Momo, you can get to this level. And so that keeps me going. I'm talking to a client here, they tell me, no. I'm like, I'll come back after 2-3 days. I go to talk to this one, they ask me, how much is it? I tell them, it's 10,000 shillings. Tell me, it's too expensive. I'm like, I'm coming back. I go to this other one. I tell them, this one is 22,000. This one is 28,000. And they tell me, okay, where do I send the money? I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And I sell to them. And I make my 7,000 shillings. And I go to the next one. And I go to someone who told me at the end month is when I'm going to buy. I'm like, hi, Mr. So-and-so, you told me that you will buy this product at the end month. It's about 3 days to end month. Okay, so are you going to buy? So they asked me, oh, by the way, and there's some of these things. I had even forgotten about it. My friend, I will not forget, because I know that as I am doing this business, one, I am changing my own life. I'm changing my own life. How am I changing my life? One of the things that I'm doing is I'm changing the kind of person I am upstairs. Because before I joined network marketing, I did not have the fortitude of going everywhere and talking to people and not being ashamed about it. And then someone tells me, I'm not buying your things. And I'm still happy and I'm going to the next person with the same level of enthusiasm. Winston Churchill, I believe, is the one who said, success is going from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm. And if you want, by the way, if you want to have a crash course in entrepreneurship, then join a network marketing business. That's the truth. And I'm not saying it, telling 120 of you to join my network marketing business. You can be in your own network marketing business. It's okay. You can go and join another one. It's okay. You can come and join mine. It's okay. But I'm telling you, if you want to learn about everything there is to do about entrepreneurship, join network marketing. And there's a reason I say that. Because this is a business model that nobody understands outside of the industry. So, when you're starting, everyone is telling you, that is a scam. Umeingia hizo vitu, that is a scam. I was told that. And when you're new, you're like, oh, it is a scam. I've been told it's a scam. Where did I spend my money? And then you see your first paycheck, 351 shillings. Oh, it is a scam. So you will learn how to protect your mind. You will learn how to elevate how you speak. Because you get into the business and they're introverts. I have people in my team who tell me they're introverts. I just tell them, just come. I'll show you. Come, I'll show you. But what will happen? One of the days, I'll just tell you, you're the one. You're the one who is praying for us today. So what will that tell you? You have to stand in front of people and pray for us. Next time I'll tell you, you're the one telling us about this incentive. You see the things I'm doing now? You're the one who's going to present. They're like, Miss Duke, present. I'm so shy in front of people. One day, you'll find yourself in front of people and you're the person telling them, let's go. Eagles go. Our team is called Eagles. Let's go. And you'll wonder what has happened. Lisa, you're an introvert. Come, I show you how to get rid of introvertism. It's by joining network marketing. So it changes. And you can be an introvert all you want. But when you join network marketing, you will learn how to speak with people even though you're an introvert, because that is something that I train now my team members. There are people that I know are introverts. So I show them, this is what you can do. Sido, my number is just here. This is what you can do so that you can be able to talk to people. Because people think that in order to succeed in a business like this one, you need to be an extrovert like Mumo. By the way, I discovered I'm not an extrovert, I'm an ambivert. Okay? So you don't have to have my personality where, by the way, you know how I've psyched myself. You guys have no idea. I have psyched myself to be able to hold this live because I kept telling myself, you know what, I've been too busy. I'm busy shooting a video. I have something that I need to send to a client, so I don't have the time. So I had to psych myself to bring myself to go live. And then once I'm done with the live, I'll just go and collapse like this. But that's what network marketing does for you. It makes you get out of your shell. And there's a concept that you learn. In order to get success in network marketing, there's a concept that you learn, which I had learned early in another business, but it became very true in this business. And this concept is called 4SW. 4SW stands for some will, some won't, so what, someone is waiting. The truth of the matter is, when you get into network marketing, you will speak to many people. I have over 300 people that I told them about the business and they kept quiet. So I quit the business. No. I have mouths to feed. So I will go and speak to someone else. I put up an advert. I get 100 people who come and they tell me I want to learn about this business. When I present the business, they go quiet. So I have had to learn, some will, some won't. So what? Someone is waiting. Rich Girl says, I hate talking to people even in chat. Let me unpack that. So, Rich Girl, I hear you. Okay? But never ever say you hate doing something. Okay? I feel uncomfortable talking to people. You don't hate it. You just don't like the feeling that you get when you're doing it. And there's a reason for it. One is probably because you probably don't like small talk. Okay? Or you don't see any value being exchanged between you and the person that you're speaking to. Because for me, even though I don't know the thousands of people who will pass through this live, most of them, because what I am saying I know is valuable, I will not hate what I am doing. For instance, you have an uncle who has been struggling with arthritis, and Mumo has a solution for it. Okay? So, you've seen your uncle struggling with arthritis, will you hate to tell him that you know somewhere where he can get a solution? So it's just that there is nothing tangible for you, and I understand it, that there's nothing tangible for you that you're talking with that person. Because I'm sure there are people who you're always excited to see or even be around, because you know that the conversations you'll be having will feed you. And this is common, especially with introverts, because an introvert will not want to be in a place where there are strangers and they are the ones supposed to keep conversations going. So if you're an introvert, stay around an extrovert and your work will be like, yeah, by the way, you're so right. Nice. By the way, you're right. Okay? That will be your only job. Okay? And just watch how you project it out. Because if people see me, because in my other business in crypto, when I go to events, I realize by then I'm an introvert. But I have to go and meet the people. And when I speak to people now, at that time, even though I have 81,000 subscribers on YouTube, it's not about that. Because the person I'm speaking to probably has seen my face in a crypto event. Most of them have seen my face. It's not about me, it's about them. So I become interested in them. And as an introvert, by the way, the secret to doing this is ask questions. And ask questions that people will have to explain, and then you can ask, that looks interesting. Ebu, tell me more. But they've never understood that concept. Ebu, tell me a little more about that. That must be interesting. How long have you done that? You see what I'm doing? I can have a 50-minute conversation with someone and I've mentioned 4 sentences. That is how introverts can work. Okay? So I was talking about the fact that this business is your crash course in entrepreneurship. Because if you don't know how to sell, you will learn. Because that's all the training is about. Learning how to sell. And learning how to sell is around, I don't know how to sell just means I don't have the information or how to be able to communicate it to people. It's not that I hate selling. No, you don't hate selling. You just don't know how to guide people to a solution. Because when I'm talking to people about arthritis, or I'm talking to people about diabetes, or I'm talking to people about an immunity booster, the only time I hate it is when they ask me a question that I do not have the answer to. But if I know my stuff, I'll be able to present it in such a way that the person who's listening will be asking me the question, so where do I send the money to? Because you've answered my questions. Because you've taken care of my curiosity. I want to buy. Most people that you will meet, when it comes to selling, the thing that you are afraid of, that's where their money is. I even did a video, I think about a week or so ago, about people who hate selling. And if you've been following me, you've seen a few of those clips here. If you hate selling, go and watch that video, because that will take care of that thing that you're feeling around hating selling. You don't really hate selling. You hate the fact that you look stupid in front of people because you don't have your information. And so even when people are joining a network marketing business, when you've joined, like I have someone who joined yesterday, I was about to say on Sunday, I have someone who joined yesterday on Sunday. I don't expect them today to know how to present this business to people the way I presented to them. And so what do I tell them to do? I tell them, gather people. Gather people, I shall talk to them. Why? Because I have the answers they are looking for. If they have questions, they'll not ask you, they'll ask me. And if they ask you, you can ask me and I'll tell them. Okay? So you will learn how to sell. You will learn how to prospect. It's called prospecting, it's not called recruiting. You will learn how to talk to people so that you can be able to move them towards a close. You will learn that. And you can even pick the things that you learn in network marketing and be a giant in any other business, by the way. This is the breeding ground of real entrepreneurs because it is the hardest business to sell, but it is one that has the most money because there's no ceiling. When you're employed, the most well-paid person is the CEO. How many CEOs will be in that company? One. Safaricom iko na CEO mmoja, pay yake imefikishwa hapo. You as an employee in that company, you cannot make more than them. But in network marketing, even the person who brought me, I can make 10 times what they made because there is no ceiling. There is no ceiling. It is your impact that will take you to whatever amounts. Because there are people who started this business 5 years ago that are making more than people who started this business 10 years ago. It's about how you build your business. How much impact do you have? So you learn how to sell products. You learn how to talk about the business opportunity called prospecting. And you will learn a lot about yourself. Because some of the things that are happening in your business will show you what kind of a person you are. Because the things you will learn about yourself, you cannot learn them in any other business in such a fast way. You will start seeing the way you break promises you make to yourself. Because in network marketing, you make promises to yourself every month. Once a month ends, like we have a month that's ending tomorrow, I'll make some promises to myself for next month. And I'll see the kind of person that I am in 30 days. One of the things that I was telling myself I have to do this month is put up a video every day. I've been able to put up, I think, 15 or 16 videos. I try to put even multiple in a day just to get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Because the editing of the videos and all that, sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it is money making for me. But it is establishing my brand. It's establishing my authority. So one of the things I told myself as I was starting this morning, because we had a meeting in the morning and we were told you need to state what you're going to do. One of the things I said in that meeting is that I'm going to talk to 15 people. Truth is, I've talked to over 300 just today, just by doing this live. And it is that pushing of yourself that shows me, by the okay, ile live stream nilifanya watu walikuja, I need to do another one. And so I need, personally just speaking to myself right now, I need to actually put this in my calendar so that I know at this particular time I'm coming live and people now will be expecting the live and learning on the live, and someone will come and say, by the way, you know, when we spoke yesterday, I came and joined your business. You know, those are the things that I want to see a month from now. And you will learn about how to lead others. These are things that an entrepreneur should know, but you learn it on a daily basis in network marketing because you have to learn it. There is no shortcut. You have to be a leader. Even though the truth is, in our business is a rank that you get to where you are called a leader, but in order to succeed in network marketing, you have to be a leader. There's a very big difference. I'm not talking about the rank. I'm talking about the person that you are. Who is a leader? A leader is someone who wholeheartedly wants to help other people to succeed without holding back. The information I've given you is information that if it was to go into a masterclass about what network marketing is, you'd pay 10,000 or more just to get the information you've gotten today for free. And so, because I am building myself to be a leader, I have to do the things that leaders do. Leaders sacrifice for their team. Leaders sometimes don't even think about themselves, they're thinking about their people. That is a true leader. And that in itself will open up so many doors for you, because network marketing is a business you can carry on your phone, but that can feed you for generations. And so many people hate on the concept because of experiences they have had with people and because of experiences they have had with particular business companies. The concept is good. Some people may not be. The concept is good. The company may not be. And so that's the reason why I insist I am not telling you this information so that you all flock to my company. It's now upon you to do your research to learn the different businesses that exist. And if you want to learn the one that I'm in, you now get in touch with me on a personal level, so I can show you mine. And then when you go and compare with others, you will now gauge for yourself if that is something you can also do. And one of the biggest advantages of network marketing is this, that I can be able to build a business, apart from the fact that I keep mentioning the phone, but I can be able to build a business as I still do what I typically do. You may be employed, you may be running another business, you can still start and grow a network marketing business to a point where you can even decide to make the decision of leaving your employment or leaving that other business to concentrate on this, but it's not a must. The people that I have seen transition to network marketing full time, they were doing that when they were making 500,000, 600,000 every month. And so they decide, my teaching job is not helping me that much if I'm making 300 on this side. So just resign gracefully, you retire gracefully, and you concentrate on this on a normal day-to-day basis. And another thing that you learn in network marketing is this, that you need to be disciplined. Because even though you join someone's team or someone's group, you're the one who has to push yourself because you know the goals you have for yourself. No one is going to come and stand at your door and tell you, by the way, Muma, you need to work. No one is going to do that. You're the one who's going to push yourself. You're the one who's going to raise your hand and say, I need help here. I don't understand this. Can you show me how to do this? Because it will show you how to be an entrepreneur. If you want to learn how to be an entrepreneur, this is a business to do. Because all other businesses, of course, will show you. But show me a business where you can start with less than $100. You can actually build a business that can make you that $100 within your first week. So you're already in profit. And then from there, you're learning from so many people that are around you, many of them who you're not even in their team, but everyone wants you to succeed. And then the thing that people see on social media, the thing that we share on social media when we are doing events. Because at those events, now we are celebrating you. I remember the celebration that existed when I qualified to go to Masai Mara. You would think those other people had also qualified to go to Masai Mara. And even the people of this year, there's one of my friends. Who, when we were starting off, I told her, you have to go to this Masai Mara thing, whether you like or not. Whether you like or not, you're going for this thing. She looked at me, she was like, "Ay, Mama, are you sure? Are you sure?" I told her, "You're going." And she did. She did. And where was I? Good job. Good job. Because at the end of the day, I cheer for you as I work on my own. Because when I see my friend get to where I want to get to, it tells me, by the way, I can also get there. I can also get there. Where they are, I can get there. If you see your friend making 100,000 shillings, you can also get 100,000 shillings. All you just need to do is work at it, work at it, work at it, and you'll get those results yourself. So I don't sit down and then I say, my mentor is making 1 million, so I'll not make 1 million. No, it shows me what is possible. And it's a mindset thing. Just this morning, I saw a video of this concept of the monkeys and the ladder and bananas. And it's a concept of when you see one person succeed, you bring them down just because you feel if they succeed, the success is over. So the experiment that was being done was around 4 monkeys that were in a room, and a ladder had been placed, and on top of that ladder there was bananas that were there. And then one of the monkeys started climbing up the ladder. And when it started climbing up the ladder, there was water that was released cold water that was released on these 3 other monkeys. And so when that happened, they figured that because this one started going up, that's the reason we have been punished with the cold water. And when that stopped and that monkey tried again, these 3 monkeys that had been rained on now came and clobbered this monkey that was going up the ladder. And so after that, they removed one of the monkeys and they added another one, which had not been there before, and it even had a raincoat on. And this one was so excited because it's seeing there's a banana that is up there. And so it was going. And this time, they did not even release the cold water. But what happened? When that monkey started going up, these 3 that had been there clobbered this one with the raincoat. And then they took another one out. And the new one that was coming in also had a raincoat, and there's one with a raincoat and the other 2. And when this excited one from outside comes in and they start going up, Mangomi! Even by the one that has a raincoat that has just come in, because they realized now anyone who's going up to Nampiga. And by the end of it, there were 4 with raincoats who had not been there. They have not been rained on a single time, but every time a new one wants to go up. And that is the way so many of us are about opportunities, about business, about anything. Such that when I see Momo is working towards getting a Range Rover, because that's what I'm working towards getting in this company. If they see Momo is working towards getting a Range Rover, I sit down, I'm like, I'll not even get into his business. I'm helping him get a Range Rover. You know, that's what people do. Yani, I'm getting, Yani, all these 2 hours he has been doing this so that he can tell us he wants to get a Range Rover. My friend, that is the same thing. And the truth of the matter is, you see, this is something that people don't want to be told. The truth of the matter is, whether or not you decide to join the business, whether or not you decide to join my team, whether or not you join my team and work, I will still get the Range Rover that I want to get. because I will connect with people who are connected with a joint purpose. And I will ask you, okay, Steve, what do you want to achieve now that you've joined this business? What is making you think about this business? Okay? And we write it down. I look at Daniel and ask him, Daniel, what do you want to achieve from this business? And we write it down. And I help Steve get to his goal. And I help Daniel get to his goal. What is that doing? It's helping Momo get to his goal. Because it's not about, I don't even come to my team and tell, guys, we need to work. I need to get a Range Rover. Guys, do you know that? We need to work. All of you guys need to work so that we can get to a Range Rover. So that I can get to a Range Rover, guys. That's not what I do. My goal is mine. What I want to achieve is mine. That's my personal goal. Because I am a leader. And leader is not the rank. Leader is what I do. Hi, Wamoyo. Nice to have you here. Leader is what I do. Because I'm a leader, I'll sit down with Wamoyo and find out, Wamoyo, I know I told you about this business, but I want to understand, what do you want to achieve? What is the goal that you have? And she'll say, by the way, I want to be able to move from this home that I live in to go into one where it's a better neighborhood. Okay. How much is the rent you're paying here? This amount. How much is the rent in the new place? This amount. So we need to make 25,000 every month. Okay. So I'll show you how to make your 25,000. That is now what I will do. And when I've shown you how to make your 25,000 in the network marketing business, does network marketing work? Yes, it does. Because I've shown you how to reach to the goal that you have. And even when you're coming in, your goal may not be lofty. Your goal may not be very huge. That you want to make 1 million. Because if you come with 1 million, I'll just tell you, the truth is, you'll not make the 1 million now. That's the truth. I'll help you make the maximum you can make. But the truth is, you'll not make the 1 million now. Because I know how the 1 million is made. Okay? You may be the exceptional case, by the way. And I pray that you are, where you come into the business and you've come into my business and you want to make 1 million. I'll show you the game plan of getting to 1 million. You work at it and you get the 1 million. Hooray. Because even as I show you, I'm making money as well. You get, I'm not showing you and at the end and there's no payoff. Because it's a business, the company will pay me for mentoring you. There's a way it does that. Okay? So now, as I'm doing this, as I'm helping people reach their goals, I know the goal I have at the back of my mind. The goal I have at the back of my mind is that June 2026, my friend, I'll be driving a black Range Rover. That's the goal that I have in my mind. And so because I have that goal, what do I need to do? I need to help other people reach their goals. And especially if they have car goals as well, if I can help them reach their car goal, I can reach my car goal as well. Okay? So I'll mentor. I'll support. I have one of my team members who's told me on this particular date, I want you to come so that you help me. We do sales. And I'll show up. Why? Because when she sells, I am also selling and growing my business. My team is growing. And when she makes money, I am also making money. Whether now or in the future, I am making money. Because my goal that I'm heading towards requires me to sell products. And so now, you've understood. You've seen the concept. You've gotten an inkling about what network marketing is. Because most of the people who tell you about what network marketing is are not even in the business. They've never tried it. It's only what they've heard from other people. I'm telling you from the inside. It is not a business that is a get rich quick. You will get rich, but it is not a get rich quick. You'll not come in today and then, oh, my friend, I have a car. Okay? Even though unaweza tuona tumepiga kando ya gari ya mtu mwingine, tunakuonyesha this is what can happen. Okay? And I understand why we take photos next to those vehicles, but I don't like lying to people. And I don't like showing you like it is mine, and I'm not saying it is not mine. I can stand next to one of my mentors, TZG, but I'll not stand there as if I am the one with the keys and it belongs to me, when I know the truth is it does not. So I need to tell you the truth. You're getting into a business. It is a good business. In fact, I believe it is a great business. You just need to understand what it is and what it is not. And then you build like there's no tomorrow. You work like there's no tomorrow. You sell like there's no tomorrow. You help people get to their solutions like there's no tomorrow. That is how you succeed in the business. Because if you can commit yourself seriously for 5 years in a good network marketing company, you'll have made so much money, no one can ever employ you again or even show you that you need to get employed again. It's not possible. But you need to work on your mindset, first of all, to understand that nobody is coming to build this business for me. Even though I may be a good introducer to you in the business, your success, first person it depends on is on you. And so you have no excuse. You cannot sit down and then say, oh, Mumu has not given me sales. Mumu has not shown me how to sell. No, business depends on you. And once you build that, you can be able to go places. You will come, Mumu, I need you to show me ABCD. Once you've been shown, go back. Do. And when you do, you will see me clapping for you because you've understood. I personally don't go and sit down with the person who brought me into the business and tell them, oh, help me. I'm stuck here. Oh, yeah. I don't do that. I'm always thinking about how do I help myself to get to the next goal. And we can sit down and exchange notes and we talk about, so this is what we are going to do. Where do we need to go and talk to people? How do we help these people? How do we give them this thing that can help them sleep at night? How can we do ABCD? And we do that together. Yeah, tengeneze pesa yake, mini tengeneze pesa yangu. Let's meet at the top. So, number 4, non-cash incentives. So there's travel, there's a car, and there's a house. These are things you will not be given money, but last year, there are people who were taken on a trip to the US where they got to see the company headquarters. They were taken to Vegas. They were taken to California, Hollywood Walk of Fame. All that fully paid for by the company. Your work, get your bags ready, get your yellow fever and things like that ready. Let's go. But the whole year, people were working. They get into the office at 7. They leave at 9 p.m. or even later. They're always prospecting. They're always mentoring people. They're always training. They're always working, building a business. They're not lazy people. When you see us celebrate on social media, that is the aftermath of the work that you do not see on social media. Because entrepreneurs rarely come and tell you some of the things I'm telling you, that the business is hard, but the business is worth it. And many of them are not even on social media. A few of them are, but some of them are not on social media and they're making a lot of money. Because making money in business does not mean that I have to come and flaunt and tell you, guys, look at the millions I made. Because it can be a screenshot. May I tell you the truth? I tell you the truth. You have to work to make money. Go and sell a product to make money. But the biggest difference is the fact that in this business, you get a support system. It may not be there in every team, but in my team, I provide a support system. That is the thing that I provide so that I can help the people that I have introduced to the business reach their goals much faster. But I am just helping. The help I am giving is supposed to be put together with the work that you are doing to get to the goal much faster. Momo is not going to come and sell for you. You have to sell for yourself. Momo is not going to come and talk to all your customers for you. You will do it yourself. I will just share a tip or two. But the work needs to be done by you. Because even when the money comes, the money is coming to your account and not mine. That is the truth. Maybe I make my own money, you make your own money. The way we are joined is the fact that I introduced you to the business. After that, by the way, even if, let me tell you the truth, even if you decided to join the business, and after that, you never speak to me, but you're working, I have no problem. Of course, I would love that we talk regularly. I would love that. That would be a really good bonus. But even if you get into the business and you never speak to me and you never pick my calls, but you're always doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're building a huge business, my friend, no problem. Build. Build. Mi najua na kumenta. Kama hata utaki mentorship lakini unafanya kazi, ni sawa. Fanya kazi. Unapata results na uniongeleshi, no problem. Right? It's about understanding that I can be able to impact other people. I can be able to help other people reach their goals, whether they are health goals, whether they are wealth goals, and I'll then reach mine. That is what the business is about. And if you've been with me, it's been quite a while. If you've been with me and you want to start the conversation of joining my company, then this is my contact. Get in touch with me on WhatsApp. Just tell me, by the nimetoka live yako TikTok. And if you just come from my TikTok live, this is from the people who are joining, who are coming to join the business. When you join the business, remind me I have a gift for you. Because you've stayed with me for quite a while. When you join the business, I have a gift for you. And it is a gift that you can be able to either take and use yourself or take and resell. It doesn't matter. But since you've been here, when you join the business, don't come into my DMs and start asking me, what gift are you giving me? Because I'll not tell you. But if you're coming into my DMs and you want to get started in the business, this is my phone number. I don't want to mention it out because I don't want the live to be closed, even though we are just about to close the live. But just screenshot this. I'm giving you about a minute. If you want to join the business, you'll start with 11,000. I will explain to you what that 11,000 is. Or if you want to join at a higher level, there's a level in my team where you can join at 55,000. Okay? So 11,000 just allows everyone to come in. But if you really want to build a serious business, then you start at 55,000. And we get started. Let's get you on your path to whatever financial goals you have, whatever wellness goals that you have. Let's build together. We're in the network marketing business. My name is Mumo. I'm a network marketer. And I'm really excited about the opportunity to have spoken to you. If you are watching this on YouTube, then I've put my contacts in the first link in the description. If you're watching this on TikTok, then my number is in my bio, I should think. Yes, it should be in my bio, or there's a link to my WhatsApp. If you click on the link, you'll get to my WhatsApp.